Hello, and thank you for tuning in. My name is Dominic, or D for short, 1E, and this is my place. It's a safe space I created to talk about life, real life, no filter, no judgment. So, let's jump right into this week's episode. Hello again, and welcome back to Dee's Place. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this is your first time, please make sure to go back to episode 1 or catch the previous episodes to kind of catch up on where we are. I am many weeks now post breakup, and I'm definitely well beyond the hurting part of this journey from hurt to hope. And so today I just want to kind of close out a couple of things that I said in previous videos. I said I would, talk about again later. And so I don't want to forget those things. One of those is the people who believe in you more than they believe in themselves. And I said that in episode 3. So I want to make sure to address that, to talk about that. And then I also want to talk about something I brought up in the last episode, which was about intentions. And I, towards the end, was like a whole episode on a whole topic on intentions. And so I want to make sure to get into that as well. So when it comes to why people believe in others more than they believe in themselves. I'm not saying these are all of the reasons or this is the only reason, but the majority of the reason why that happens is because we know us. You know your shortcomings. You know what your weaknesses are. You know yourself. And so you look at all the bad about yourself and all the negative things about yourself, and because of all of that, you fear that you can't be successful or you can't do something because of all the negative things that happen, or the negative things you've done, or the negative things you've thought, or the things you tried in your past that didn't work for you. And all of that kind of plays in your mind, and you base your ability on your knowledge and your history of yourself. And then you base their ability on your perception of the history of them. And it's only a perception because you only get a glimpse of the life of someone else. And because of fear and knowledge, you are assessing their ability based on your limited view of their life. It's the broad categories of life and everything we know about ourselves that we're using and we're taking and we're comparing to the little glimpse of someone else's life, and making it what we know about them versus what we know about us. And it's easier to believe in them because they always seem successful. It always seems like they have it going on, or they are always winning, and they have failures along the way. You just don't get to see all of those. We're more forgiving of other people than we are of ourselves. And so when somebody does something, we tell them, oh, don't worry about it, forget it. But when we do it, we beat ourselves up, and we, I hate that I did this, I hate that I did this. But we have to forgive ourselves, just like we would forgive somebody else. We have to look at our lives and we have to say, even though this has happened, and even though I'm not good in this area, you have to know where your strengths are. And you know what your weaknesses are, and not shy away from them and not be afraid of them, but to say, this is a weakness that I have and I'm going to work to get better at it. And if I can't work to get better at it, I'm going to find a solution for working around it. It's knowing what your weaknesses are and accepting them, and then knowing where you were not the best, and knowing your horrible days and those things that weren't successful, and learning from them and still moving forward. And then about intentions. So when it comes to talking about intentions, I say that because in this last going from hurt to hope, the intention was definitely not to get hurt for me, one, and the intention on the other party was not to hurt me. And I know that was not the intention. And so a lot of people always say, that wasn't my intention. And I tend to say intentions are crap. That they don't amount to a hill of beans. And I say that because it's just that. It's an intention. It's what you in your mind were planning to do or trying to do. But if it didn't carry through and that wasn't really the action, the other person didn't receive it that way, what you intended does not matter. And I'll use this as an example. If I intend, or I have a gun, I'm outside, I'm waving it around, and I intend to shoot at a car, and instead I shoot and kill somebody. When I go to court, they're not going to say, oh, you can go free because you intended to hit the car, but you killed someone. The person who's dead, they will care. My intention did not carry through. And as a result, someone else is hurt. And so I don't believe intentions matter. It's about what you do, not what you intend to do. Because the other person has to receive what you do, and they have to receive it in what you are attempting to get across, or whatever, whether it's a conversation or a whole relationship or whatever. They have to receive that. And so if you intend for someone not to be hurt, then give them everything they need not to be hurt. But if you intend for them not to be hurt and then you do things that could be hurtful, then regardless of your intentions, they still were hurt. So I know that's quick. I'm trying not to be too long. If you want me to go into it more, I can. Just write comments and let me know. I hope you hit the subscribe button and comment, of course, share. I look forward to seeing you again next week. Next week is going to be the series finale, so I hope to see you again next week. Thank you so much for tuning in to Dee's Place.